Welcome back to Highlighting the Way, the story beneath the story. We're in Ezekiel 3 today, the watchman before the warning. But what if the story isn't that God made Ezekiel a watchman? What if the story beneath the story is that God refused to let him become one too quickly? Today we're looking beneath the surface of Ezekiel chapter 3. Most people remember this chapter because it's where God tells Ezekiel, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. And that's an incredible calling. But the real story starts before that. God gives Ezekiel his word. The Spirit lifts him up. The hand of God is so strong upon him. Everything seems ready for ministry. Everything seems ready for action. Everything seems ready for preaching. But then something unexpected happens. Ezekiel arrives among the exiles, the people who had lost everything. Their homes were gone. Their nations were gone. Their freedom was gone. Their future seemed gone. And the Bible says, I sat where they were dwelling, and I sat there overwhelmed among them 7 days. 7 days. No sermon, no correction, no warning, no platform, just sitting. And here's the story beneath the story. God wasn't only preparing a message. God was preparing the messenger. Because anybody can stand far away and point out what's wrong. Anybody can criticize. Anybody can condemn. But God wanted Ezekiel to feel the weight of the people before speaking to the people. He wanted them to see their tears, hear their stories, feel their grief. He wanted them to understand their pain. Why? Because warnings sound different when they come from someone who has sat in your suffering. Then after 7 days, God says, Son of man, I have made you a watchman. Not before, after. The watchman came after the sitting. The authority came after the compassion. The warning came after the understanding. And when you step back, doesn't that sound familiar? Because that's exactly what Jesus did. The Son of God didn't stay distant. He entered our exile. He walked our roads. He felt our pain. He carried our griefs. He sat among the broken. And then he called us back to God. Before God uses a person to speak truth, he often teaches them how to love people. Because a watchman without compassion becomes a critic, but a watchman with compassion becomes a shepherd. The story beneath the story is before God trusted Ezekiel with a warning, he trusted him with the pain of the people he would one day warn.